Hello, my name is Simei, and I'm going to show you my Hangman project that I made with Java. So here's my package structure so far. As we know, the client, common, exception, and servers, but I added the interfaces and the views. A little bit more about the packages, the server basically that manages the game, turns, scoring, words. The client sends your clicks to the server. They talk using the common data packets. Views down here has the interface like panels right here, like the connection, the ready check, game screens, Um, and then each panel uses components like letters, buttons, player lists, and of course the hangman drawing that I have in my game. Uh, and then from here, the interfaces basically connects them. Uh, and last but not least, the exceptions, they handle errors. And then down here, we have a main.java uh, that launches it all. Okay. This is my connect to Hangman server. This is where the application starts. Basically, the players enter their details here. So the username, we can put 1, 2, 3. The host will be the server address, local host, and then the port, which will be 3000. This connects them basically to the game server running on the backend. And then here on the connect server, green button, once you click on it, uh, the client basically establishes a socket connection to the server at the specified address. And as you can see here, username player123, connection success, port 3000, status connected, client ID. So this is my game. Um, when you're done on the ready check, starting the game basically brings us to the main game area. The interface has functional sections, playlist on the left, game components in the center, and the game events on the right. As you can see, it's always updating. So, um, this is my game. Again, we should be talking about a little bit more about the game status. As you can see, the current turn, player 1, 2, 3, the time going down, the round that we're in, and the strikes, which is 0 out of 6. Nobody has played yet, and of course the modes that I put from the game ready as host. I put hard and restore strikes. So basically, talking a bit more about the restore strikes. Basically, uh, when enabled, correct guesses basically removes strikes. So as you can see here, I'm going to get something wrong, and I get something wrong again. As you can see, you guessed question mark, not in word, strike. 1 out of 6, same thing, 2 out of 6. But if I get something right, boom, you guessed question mark correct, strike restored. And if I go back to get it wrong, it's 2 out of 6. So basically, it went from 1 out of 6, 2 out of 6, and then I guess right went back to 1 out of 6, and now I guess another one wrong. Basically, went back to 2 out of 6. Now, uh, the hard, the hard mode. Basically, as you can already see, we're already on hard mode. That's why uh, my guess is hidden. Uh, Also, when I'm clicking on a wrong letter, it gives me a red. and it goes back to normal, basically covering what I just basically chose. And yeah, this really creates a more challenging experience. Now, talking a bit more about the other things on the game, Mark as away is another one. Of course, I'm typing, I'm a player. Now, um, Mark is away basically makes me go away for a bit. So as you can see here next to me, I'm playing, but the second I'm away, it tells me I'm away. Now, as away, as having an away status, basically I will try to be clicking on the letters. And as you can see on the right in the game events, it tells me that I cannot guess letters because I am away. Um, H is a letter that is in the word, and I cannot click on it because I'm away. Now, as I get away from the away, I'm gonna have it as, of course, go back to mark as active. I can click on the correct letter. Now, the next one, toggle spectator, basically is for watch only. Toggling it disables all game controls and marks the player with a spectator icon, as you can see on the top left. Spectators can see everything, but as you can see on my letters, I cannot type. And if I try to type, it tells me that I am a spectator. Until I come back to press become player, and I can just go back to normal. Now, I have guess word. I also have skip turn. As you can see, I press on it, you skip your turn. Now, I'm trying to get something wrong. Of course, goes to the next round. Now, the next word, as you can see, I'm gonna put J. As you can see, the letters revealed 3 out of 4. No strikes. The last word should be Java or letter. Sorry. Now, when I guess the word, I go Java. Boom. Correct word. I guess the word 100 points. Perfect. And then one more thing, the leave game right here. I press on it, it gives me another notice, and basically sends me back to the server. Now, um, basically a little bit more behind the scenes. Um, the server basically manages game logic. Client again handles communication. Views provides the GUI with panels and components, as you can see here, right here. Views, components, panels, and then they all communicate through the interfaces, like I said before, right here. Now, uh, more behind the scenes of how it really all connects. The server packages, the server package basically, as you can see here, it runs the actual game. So it decides turns, checks guesses, sorry, and keeps score in game room dojo right here. This basically does all that. Now the client package, as you can see, client.java is basically the middleman. When you click a letter, it sends that to the server, then tells the UI what happened. Going to views, if I can find it. Yeah, okay. Going back here to views. The view package is what you see. Again, like I said before, panels for screens, components for UI pieces like buttons and lists. They talk through the interface, like I said before. Um, yeah, they talk through the interface. Basically, rules that say when this happens in the game, update that part of the screen. Uh, Next common, where is it? Right here, common. Basically, they talk. Actually, sorry, common data basically moves between them. Like when the server says, I don't know, player got points, it sends a points payload that both sides understand. So yeah, client, common, exceptions, interfaces, server, views, components, and like I said before, on the main view, the Java, it basically launches everything. So, to talk more about the functionality behind everything, I just wanted to bring up the code. Basically, when you click on connect on the connection screen, the client Java creates a socket connection to the server. As you can see here on client Java, you can see that connect method right around here. That connect method basically creates the socket, and then going down to server dot Java, a server thread that starts on the server to handle the player's message, basically, which should be around here. There you go. There's a server thread creation for each client. And then going next, the ready check screen, basically the servers from the Java tracks all players. As you can see right here, around the room of Java. As you can see, it's this clients in room. And then basically the host options are stored as Boolean flags that will be sent to the game room when the game starts. And then that can be seen right here on the ready check view, as you can see right there. Now, talking about starting game, basically the host settings then creates a game settings payload sent to the server. As you can see here on client.java, right here. Send game settings payload, and then game.java stores these as restore strikes enabled and hard mode enable flags for the entire game session. As you can see here, game.java, that's that's what is happening behind the scenes. This whole thing. So basically, with the letter guess, clicking a letter sends a message payload to the server, as you can see here on client.java. You can see right there, public void guest letter, send message, and then game.java checks if it's your turn. Uh, if the letter is in the word, the strikes or blanks, then broadcasts the result to a client. As you can see right here, the the handle message process. Now with the modes, restore strikes when a correct guess happens. Game.java checks if restore strikes enabled is true and strikes more than zero. If yes, well, not more than zero, greater than zero. And if yes, it decrements strikes and broadcasts the update. And as you can see here, game.java does exactly that. So on hard mode, letter grid view Java set letter enabled method basically checks hard mode enabled flag. If true, it doesn't disable the button basically. And as you can see here on letter grid view, if hard mode enabled, right there. And then on basically, it doesn't disable the button. Game events view Java filters out guest letters for messages basically. With the wait status, Clicking away sends a player status payload to server. Basically, the game room Java adds players to a away player set. Then the get next active player method skips anyone in that set basically. And as you can see here, the get next sorry, the get next active, and then down here you will see the set player away. So for spectator mode is handled in GameRoom.java. When a player becomes a spectator, they're added to a spectator players set. Then the two key things happen. First, in the get next active player method, it checks if players are spectators and skips them completely in the turn order. Second, in the handle message method, there's a check at the start. If player is not active, um, meaning basically away or a spectator, it immediately returns blocking any game messages from them. So spectators are included or excluded from both turn logic and prevented from sending game actions. The server handles it all in the game of the Java. And as you can see here, yeah. So this is for the player active. We go up more, you will see right here the get next active player, and same thing with here, the set player spectator. Um, Now with game events updates, when any game action happens, whether it be a guess, point, turn, chain, the server's gamer.java calls broadcast, which sends a message payload to all clients. Each client's game events view.java then basically receives this via uh, receives that via the add event method, which timestamps it, color codes it, green for success, of course, red for errors, and blue for info. And then it adds it to the display. The panel auto scrolls, so you always see basically the latest events as you saw in my game.